we wanted to do through this proof of concept was to use existing technology to allow us to track individual movements of contractors through the plant. By doing that, and then integrating with other data sources, we create this data-rich environment where we're able to drive safety, productivity and commercial improvements. Fatigue management is something that we're looking at tracking. We're looking at tracking how vehicles and pedestrians interact, as well as the amount of time that the assets, particularly vehicles, overhead cranes, are being utilised. Commercially, we're seeing some benefits around being able to reconcile work hours with the hours that were being billed, as well as the productivity uptime that people spent actually doing tasks versus doing administrative work.
It actually came about by talking with Mark Rivers on the procurement side, initially just to say, how do we want to capture data for tracking purposes? All that came together to really identify a partnering opportunity where both Accenture and Rio Tinto invested to do something that we've kind of dubbed innovation at scale.
It was a huge collaborative effort in terms of the number of people and entities that were involved, certainly Accenture, GBS within Rio Tinto, and then certainly Kennecott here. And the Kennecott involvement was diverse as well, and that involved the smelter, it involved our contractor management group, it involved engineering services, which is my team, and just a number of folks and different entities here at Kennecott as well.
So the purpose of having the tags in place was to be able to actually track where people were at any given time. In the past, we knew sort of who was coming on site and who was leaving at the end of the day, but we never knew where they were any given time. So the tracking would actually allow us to know where people would be and then be able to tie that back with the projects that they were working on. How long once they came to site did it take for them to go from their initial entering the gate to their meetup areas, then getting out to the productive areas, how much they were having to walk back and forth to tool rooms to pick up tools, or how much time they were actually spending in the assigned productive work areas, and to get an understanding of what that division of travel time versus productive time was.
We wanted to prove the concept that we could track contractors because there's benefits on safety, there's benefits on doing reconciliation for bills, and there's benefits for productivity. So if we could do it for a big shutdown like this and see where the savings are and collect the data, we could perhaps prove up the concept to use it for not only other shutdowns elsewhere within Rio Tinto, but also use it for contractor management during normal operations.
We realized what a huge opportunity the smelter shutdown is in terms of gathering data and trialing this system, because we have roughly 2,000 contractors on site a day for the smelter shutdown, and so it was a huge opportunity to capture data, try the system and learn as much as we can. And so that was one of the real success stories, I think, is that we implemented it quickly so that we could capture that opportunity, because our smelter shutdowns only come around every couple of years.
One of the things that it let us do was actually find equipment. Occasionally it happens during a shutdown that one contractor or someone may borrow equipment from another contractor, and so we were able to use the tags to be able to go find where that was within a pretty small distance. And so that became a request that we would get. Someone would come to us and say, hey, do you know where this piece of equipment was? And we were able to find it. We also had the issue sometimes with light vehicles being in certain locations, blocking access, and we were able to very quickly find the people who owned the vehicles and get them moved out so that it didn't have an interference with the work that was going on.
The benefit of all this data, and we integrate it with other existing data sources such as Gate Pass, ERM and others, is it's going to allow us to plan shutdowns more safely, more productively, and at less cost to us in the future. We also think there's potential spin-offs in the operational space as well, not just for large shuts.
It was really a positive experience to see the leadership coming together across Kennecott, the vendors, and us to figure out how can we expand the usage of this tool set to aid and improve in even the productivity on the vendor side.
I think I'm most proud about the collaboration that we did with the other teams. This took a very, very short time to get implemented. It was done within 70 days, so that took a lot of collaboration, a lot of knocking down barriers and working with people. And one of the interesting things is when we started this project was people were worried about the contractors and would they accept it, and we were very pleased that we had a high participation from the contractors with this new technology.
I'm really, really pleased with the work that's gone on. Not only have we seen great support from a variety of people coming together, we've seen great acceptance of it by our suppliers. It's been done in a very collaborative, cooperative spirit. We've had to smash through some technology breakthroughs. Wiring up the smelter, creating the right platform for this technology was quite challenging and required us to do a whole bunch of firsts that had never been done before.
So in the future, we hope that we'll be able to use these tags both in the areas of safety to be able to understand better where people are and how their interactions are with equipment, as well as supporting productivity to be able to better allocate where equipment needs to be and generally have an improvement both in terms of shutdown and day-to-day operations.